Hello everyone, welcome back. Today again we'll be continuing with chapter 17, that is population. Okay, so today's topic, okay, is sex ratio. Okay, so what is sex ratio? Okay, so the sex ratio, okay, according to the number of females, okay, the number of females per 1,000 males, okay, can be considered as a sex ratio. Okay, means there is one female, okay, which will be compared to 1,000 males, okay, can be considered as the sex ratio. Okay, so whether we have high or low sex ratio, okay, it depends on the status of women in society, because everywhere around the world, okay, the population of men is more compared to that of women. Okay, so the in order to know whether a population is high or low depends on the women in a society. Okay, if the population of women is more in society, then it would become equal. Okay, so developed countries like USA and Japan, okay, they have more than 1,000 females. Okay, 1,000 females equals to 1,000 male. Okay, so here in these countries like USA and Japan, okay, the sex ratio is equal because the number of male and female are comparatively same. Okay, example, in US and Japan you have 1,000 females, okay, comprising again of 1,000 male as well, okay, which leads to the equal scale. Okay, whereas in India, okay, in India it has 943, okay, the female count, okay, for women. Okay, so in India, okay, when we compare the condition of India, in India we have the female, okay, ratio that is 943 compared to 1,000 male. Okay, we have 1,000, okay, a male population comprises of 1,000, okay, say that we have 1,000% of male, okay, and we have 943% of females, okay, which is also an imbalance. Okay, so in states like Kerala, okay, states like Kerala, the sex ratio of women is more, okay, which comprises of 1,084. Okay, and the ratio in Nagaland is also 931, okay, which shows that the condition of women in these regions are more favorable and it's better compared to the rest of the country. Manipur has also around 987 and Mizoram has 975 percent of the sex ratio. Okay, so here somehow comparatively the condition of women is better. Okay, low sex ratio, okay, result to different kind of discrimination when you find areas with low women count. Okay, when you have much deviation, okay, when you see both male and female ratio, in some places you will find the ratio of women very low. Okay, in this kind of situation, okay, or in this kind of society, women are being discriminated against large, okay, and against child and women, okay, abuses, or they have been killed at a very young age because of various factors. Okay, these are the reasons which leads to the low sex ratio in certain parts of India. Okay, next, moving on, we have the age composition. Okay, so the population can be divided, okay, accordingly in terms of their age. Okay, because different age group have different work, okay, or maybe different age group compared to other age group are different. Okay, so accordingly we'll look into it one by one. Okay, so the first group, okay, will be children from 0 to 15 years, or people who are below 15 years and are not working, okay, can come under this category. Okay, people, the first group, okay, will be those people who fall below 15 years and below. Okay, so that would start from 0 to 15. Okay, will come under this category. Number 2 is person who is in the working age from 15 to 65. Okay, from 15 to 65 years, okay, can come under the second group. And the last is 65 and above, okay, who are old and matured, okay, will come under this group. Okay, so a person can become a member of a working population. Okay, so a person, okay, he or she can become a member of a working population, okay, when he does something productive, okay, and also required a qualification of work. Okay, so see, age group from 0 to 15 cannot do office work, okay, because they need education. Okay, so it is only after 15, after they acquire 15 and then they go up higher and higher, okay, after they procure their education, they can start earning. Okay, so in order to become a member of the working population, they should be productive, okay, and should also have a required qualification. Okay, so there is some exceptions. Okay, some exceptions may occur. Okay, full-time students, housewife, and elderly people, okay, who continue working even after their retirement are not termed as a working population. Okay, so below 15 are students, they cannot be considered as working population. Above 65 also, we cannot consider them as working population. Okay, once a woman get married off, and if he doesn't do any kind of productive work, okay, if he doesn't do any kind of productive work in terms of office-based work, okay, and he looks after the elderly parents, look after the children, look after his look after her husband, okay, then they will not come under the working population. Okay, so people who are under 15 years and below, okay, and who are above 65 years and above, okay, they are called as the dependent population. Okay, because 15 years and below, they depend on their parents and their elders, okay, in their day-to-day life. Okay, and even for age group, okay, who are above 65 years, they need the help of their children and grandchildren, okay, to do their usual chores, because they become old and they are not able to do their work as they were doing before. Okay, next we have the occupational structure. Here in this occupational structure, okay, it is divided based on their work. Okay, so we have the primary activities, okay, which is we have the primary activities, secondary activities, and tertiary activities. Okay, so the primary activities can also be called as the agricultural sector. Okay, here in this primary activity, it includes agriculture, looking after animals, forestry, fisheries. They all come under this primary activities, where everything is involved around agriculture and looking up after animals. Okay, so they are termed as primary activities. Next is the secondary activities. Secondary activities are those industries, okay, are those industrial sectors where they produce finished goods, okay, that is called as industrial sector or secondary activities. Next, we have the tertiary activities. In these tertiary activities, you need transportation, okay, transportation in order to take your finished goods to the market. Okay, communication, banking services, okay, market, transport, all include in this tertiary activities. Okay, so these are the occupational structure in a population. Okay, so according to the census of 2000, okay, around 61% of India's population depends on agriculture for their day-to-day life. Okay, and it also can be looked in the secondary sector. Okay, in the secondary sector, 18% of the population depend on secondary sector, and 21% depend on the tertiary sector. Okay, so due to industrialization, okay, and urbanization in the country, okay, many people today depend on secondary sector as well as in the tertiary sector, okay. Next we have the adolescent population, okay, boys and girls between 10 to 19 years of age, okay, they are called as the adolescent population, okay. Boys and girls between 10 to 19 years of age can be termed as the adolescent population, okay. And India is there are nearly, okay, in India there are nearly 1/5 of India's population comprises of this adolescent group, okay. Okay, so in a country like India, okay, it is a very big country and we have a huge population of the adolescent group in our country, okay. So both boys and girls of this age need and require a good amount of nutrients in their times of growth, okay. And in terms of calories and other nutrients such as protein, minerals, iodine and iron are required at large scale at the growth of this adolescent period, okay. And if in case if they don't receive nutritious food, okay, then most of the children will be malnourished, okay, and also they will not grow as other children are growing, okay, according to their age. And also they will have many mental sickness, okay, mental problems, as well as they will have many deficiency in their body as well, okay. So it is very important to provide this group of people with nutritious food, okay. And also in India a lot of adolescent girls are married off at a very early age, okay. So they are not educated well about population, they are not educated well about pregnancy, they are not educated well about how to run a family, okay. So what happens is that they will get married off very early, okay, and by the time, okay, they are 19, 20, they will start having kids, okay, and without knowing they will produce 3-4 kids at a time, okay, means in a row, okay, they will produce 2-3 kids in a row, and then after that they will also be sick as well as their children will also be sick, okay. So in order to avoid these kind of things, okay, the huge group of adolescent population should be made aware, okay, and should also be given education, okay, about all this stuff, okay. And besides that, okay, the adolescent group should also be educated about their reproductive and sexual health, okay, as well as regarding HIV/AIDS and drug abuse, okay. If they are not educated well enough in these areas, okay, they will be born, okay, they will be prone to be affected by one or the other. So education is a must, okay. And many of the adolescents today have many problems regarding their personal life, family life, as well as in their schools and societies, okay. So what they have to do is we have to create a society and avenue for them so that they will not go through such kind of things, okay, mental stress, okay, problems in their school, in their family, okay, in the society as well. So education is a must. Educating this young adolescent group is very much important. Next we have the National Population Policy, okay. This was implemented in the year 1952, okay, and this policy was meant to control as well as stabilize the population in India, okay, so that it would lead the country, okay, into developing and also to bring some changes, okay, in the people's life, okay. So the NPP focus on birth control and family development. Okay, the main aim for NPP is to focus on birth control and family planning. Okay, so the government of India announced in February 2020. So the government of India announced in February 2000. Okay, that the national population policy with some objectives. Okay, we will look into it one by one. Okay, the first is, okay, the immediate objective was to address the need for contraception, okay, healthcare infrastructure, and basic reproductive and child healthcare. Okay, so the main objective of the NPP was, okay, the need to introduce, okay, healthcare infrastructures. Hospitals were lagging behind in most of the regions in India. Okay, so it was a need to address the healthcare infrastructure and also basic reproductive and child health care. Okay, most of the rural places in India, okay, the child health care facility was very low. So what they had to do was they had to look into the reproductive and child health care as well. Okay, number two is the medium term objective was to bring total fertility rate to the replacement level of 2.1 by 2010. Okay, so what they had to do was to bring the fertility rate level to 2.1 by 2010. Okay, number third is the long-term objective was to achieve a stable population by 2045 at a level consistent with the requirement of a sustainable economic growth, social development, and environmental protection. Okay, so the third point states that this NPP, okay, they plan to stabilize the population of India by 2045, okay, and also focus on the sustainable economic growth in order to increase the economy of the country, okay, and also socially develop the society, okay, and also focus on environmental protection. Okay, so the NPP, okay, 2000 is now working towards stabilizing the population till 2045. Okay, so now the NPP is focusing in its mission of stabilizing the population in India, okay, by 2045. Okay, and according to the NPP, okay, some of the things which have been done is raising the marriageable age. Okay, so what they did was they increased the age for marriage. Okay, before child marriage was very much evident in India. Okay, and so in order to avoid that, what they did was they increased the marriageable age, okay, making school education free and compulsory up to the age of 14 years. Okay, so mostly this is applicable in rural places and government institutes, okay, where they get free and free and compulsory education up to the age of 14. Okay, and next is reducing dropout at primary and secondary level. Okay, so most of the people in rural areas, okay, they dropped out once they complete their primary, okay, or maybe once they complete their higher secondary without pursuing their further studies, okay, in order to meet the demands of the family by working in the field. Okay, so what they did was they tried to reduce the number of dropout in most of the rural areas. Okay, NPP 2000 also focuses on adolescence, okay, because this is one of the most important sections of the society because it comprises most part of the population, okay, and what they did, okay, what they are aiming for the adolescent population are reaching out to the problems, okay, problems of the adolescents such as number one, okay, protection of unwanted pregnancies, okay, so they want to protect unwanted pregnancy amongst the young adolescent group of people. Okay, so what they do is they go and educate them about this kind of pregnancies, unwanted pregnancies. Okay, and number two is protection of sexually transmitted disease. What they are doing is, okay, they are focusing on educating the people, okay, educating the young minds, giving seminars on HIV and AIDS, okay, because they need to be protected in order to not acquire this sexually transmitted disease. Okay, so most of the time when you are not being briefed, when you are not being educated, you are not made aware of such kind of sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, so the NPP 2000 is trying to focus on educating, okay, and trying to stabilize, okay, and protecting the young adolescent from this kind of things. Okay, so NPP has made plans to implement programs, okay, that would popularize delay marriages. Okay, so they are trying to popularize in order to delay marriages, because once you get married at an early age, you are unaware of most of the things. Okay, so what the NPP focus is delaying in marriages in young people. Okay, encourage delay pregnancies, okay, and educate adults about the risks caused by unprotected sex. Okay, we have already discussed about the education. Okay, education given to the group of to the adolescent group. Okay, make contraceptive service accessible and cheaper. Okay, and provide food supplement and nutritional service. Okay, very simple. Strengthen law to restrain child marriage. Okay, what they have to do is they have to make laws very stricter, okay, so that child marriage will not be applicable in our country. Okay, in order to protect the young children of our country. Okay, so with this we come to the end of this chapter.